Hey guys, how's it going? This video is going to be wrapping up the square body and getting ready to ship it out. That means painting the hood and wet sanding and buffing. You know, there's a couple little things I got to do, shocks and spark plugs and some other stuff. But as far as assembling all the trim and all that kind of stuff, the owner's going to be doing that himself. He's a young guy and wants to learn how to do some things. So yeah, more power to him. It's good to see young guys interested in this stuff. I mean, he's under 20 years old anyway. So you know, it's I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, that's what we're after, and let's just get right to it, man. Okay, so the hood is paint ready. Just got to wash it down with wax and grease remover. I've stripped these two pieces. That's of course where your front of the windshield where the wipers go, and that's your filler between the bumper and the grill. This piece is a pain in the ass. You asked me, do you really have to sand in between all these little louvers? And the answer, of course, is yes. That's where it's very likely to flake off because the previous person probably didn't sand it. And yeah, a lot of it did come off in chunks. So yeah, you have to sand the whole thing. I just rolled up a little piece of sanding belt into like a tube that would just fit nice and snug in the louvers, and then just, you know, went at it. So yeah, it's we're going to clean up now. Get some primer on these things. We'll have to let that set up, sand it, and we'll do the hood and these two pieces at the same time, and paint will be complete. Okay, so it's blue. Came out good. You may have noticed in time lapse that after I'd done the 3 coats, I kind of fogged the whole thing, just randomly. The reason for that is when you get a large flat panel like this, and you're reaching across and stretching, sometimes you can end up getting kind of stripy look, where it's a little bit heavier on one pass than another. You don't really see it until you clear coat it, but then it looks like ass. So to avoid that, I just randomly fogged the whole thing, and that evens out the metallic and eliminates that striping. I learned that the hard way about 10 years ago. Did a hood, clear coated it and everything else, and then when I went upstairs and I looked down on the car, it looked like a zebra. So I had to repaint the car. So anyway, that's why I did that. 2 things. I got one little dust speck right up here and something else right here. Gonna have to sand that out and blow it in, you know, blend it in. The dust speck, well, that happens. This, I don't know. Maybe a piece of my lunch fell out of my beard. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna fix that up, sand it out, and I'll come back and show you how to blend it in. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so I think you can see that little spot right here. This one here I don't even have to touch. Just one little pass with fine paper. It knocked that dust spot right off. So I just got to blow this little spot in here. Want to go very lightly, or you're going to end up with a dark blue spot, and you don't want that. Almost got her. And that should do the trick. Very simple. It's mostly air. Just got to be real cool with the trigger, and just barely get enough on there to blend it in. So once the clear is on there, it'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, we'll let that set up a bit, and then we're ready to clear it. I'm going to tack cloth it one more time, get any little dust off, and lay the clear on her. Okay, so we're clear coated, looking good. And yeah, you could tell that, you know, that spot that was right there disappeared completely. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. A couple of dust specks, but that'll sand out. We know it's just in the clear. And there's plenty of clear there to work with. I laid kind of a top coat and then laid it on, man. 5 heavy coats. I like to have a lot of clear in the hood. Hoods always have given me issues, so I make sure I always have a lot of clear on there to work with. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. You know, a little bit of orange peel, very little. So, you know, tomorrow this is ready to sand and buff out as well. But what I need to do is get this scooched over there, so that I can winch the truck back in. It's starting to snow out there, and I don't want to have it out there in the snow for too long. So we'll get that in, and yeah, all the paint work is done, 100% finished. Okay, so here's my little garage winch setup. Piece of 2x4 steel tubing clamped on each side on the hoist arms, and then, you know, resting up against the posts. So that holds it down, and hook it up to the battery and hook it up to the vehicle and pull it in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I think it's in gear. What a dumbass. And we're in. Okay, so I went over the whole thing with 1000. Take off the heavy orange peel and you know, any dust specks and stuff. And then went over it really good with 2000. And that's as far as I go. I mean, I'm not a detailer, never claimed to be one. But I think she's looking pretty freaking good, man. Yeah, so maybe I'll set up the camera and I'll do a little spot on the other side. Yeah, I'm happy with it, man. She's very glassy looking, and I like that. So there we go. So yeah, I'll set up the camera and maybe do a little piece over here just to show you how it goes. Okay, as you can see, I started a little spot. Put some compound on. You know, you got to keep it moving fairly steady, not zipping all over the place, just nice and easy all around. When it gets a little bit like dried up, like over here, I just give it a little shot of water. So that's it. It's not rocket science, you know. Just keep it wiped down with a microfiber rag. There you go. So I'll just go ahead and finish up this side, and yeah, we'll be back. Okay, and there it is. Both sides done. Looking good. Very shiny. Pretty. Ready to go on the truck. So, yeah, I've got a little bit of buffing to do on the driver's side, just the top of the door and the fender here. And then the other side of the truck, I got to scooch this over. We'll put a few pieces on. Not a lot. The owner is buying new grill, new bumpers, new headlight bezels, probably door handles too. The drip rails that were with the truck are all banged to hell, so you'll probably get new ones of those. New rear bumper. So really, there's not much for me to assemble on this thing. He's got new vent windows and window rubbers. I've got the shocks to put on, plugs to put in, and yeah, that's it. We're shipping her down the road. So say goodbye to the Chevy. I might I might get one more shot of it all with the hood on and everything, but with, we'll see. Okay, so it's Saturday morning. It's 28 below zero. That's about 18 or 19 below for my American friends. So it's cold no matter what scale you use. Anyway, the square body is done and I'm pulling it out. So, do a quickie walk around here. I'm going to disconnect the battery because something's draining juice. So there we go. She's ready to go home. Tons of metal work, weeks and weeks of block sanding. But, you know, she came out damn good. So, I'll close up the windows and get ready for the owner to come and pick her up and take her home. I can't say that I'm sad to see it go. It's put me about 3 weeks behind on everything else. So, yeah, bye-bye. Okay, so there you go. That was a real quickie because it's too freaking cold to be out wandering around the truck. I don't hold up to the cold as well as I used to when I was younger. But anyway, in case you're wondering, the owner is buying new grill, new bumpers, new headlight bezels, new tail lights, door handles, all that stuff. And he wants to put all that stuff on himself, and that's cool. You know, I've had that thing here long enough, and it's time to go. He's a young guy, and you know, he wants to do some stuff and learn and all that. So you know, I might go over and give him a hand one day or something, but we'll see. I'm going to revisit it when it is all together. There's still a ton of mechanical work left to do on that thing. There's wiring, exhaust, looks like brake lines need to be looked at. Probably I would look at ball joints too, check them out. That whole front axle thing has to be done. There's new hub lockers and all that stuff. And there's a reason why that drive shaft is out of the front differential. I don't know what it is, but whatever. I did get the shocks on the front. I put a new set of spark plugs in it. You know, we lowered it and all that kind of stuff. So I did a fair amount of work on that thing. There was a lot of metal work on there. So, but it turned out good, and I'm sure you'll be quite happy with it when he comes and picks it up. So, anyway, please subscribe. Been getting them more and more steady as time goes on. You know, tell a friend, tell a buddy. Spread the word, man. Yeah, and you know, if I got a ton of stuff to get going on, I really have to get after that Model A. That's priority right now. Also, I want to bring in that 51 Chevy pickup truck and start tearing down on that. So, lots coming up. I said I'm about 3 weeks behind on everything, so I'm gonna be giving her shit and catch up. So stay tuned. And you know what? If you don't do anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.